Hello there, Yums F. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Discipline and Ideas in the Applied Social Sciences, Module 4, Clientele and Audiences in Counseling, the Settings, Processes, Methods, and Tools in Counseling. I am Dr. Annabeth Lopez. Our goal is to explain the different aspects in counseling. Specifically, this module will help you to describe the clientele of counseling, illustrate the different processes and methods involved in counseling, and distinguish the needs of individuals, groups, organizations, and communities. Let us have your pretest first. Choose the letter of the correct answer and write it on a separate sheet of paper. Number one, it is the process of guiding a person during a stage in life when a reassessment or decision making has to be made by the counselee. A. Counseling. B. Reassurance. C. Clarification. D. Listening. Number two, it refers to the essential goal in counseling, which is to witness a client progresses on his or her own without the assistance of the counselor. A. Intervention phase. B. Formulation of counseling goals. C. Assessment and diagnosis. D. Termination phase. Number three, this stage can be undertaken and at any point in the counseling stage. A. Research and evaluation. B. Affiliation phase. C. Formulation of counseling goals. Or D. Termination and follow-up. Four, this serves as the window for the counselor to have a thorough appreciation of the client's condition. A. Relationship building. B. Assessment and diagnosis. C. Formulation of counseling goals. Or D. Commitment phase. Number five, this is the heart of the counseling process that provides the force and foundation for the counseling to succeed. A. Establishing rapport. B. Intervention and problem solving. C. Monitoring the implementation. True or false? Directions. In a separate sheet of paper, write true if the statement is true and F if it is false. Number one, counselors help people resolve conflicts, even if the concern is developmental in nature. One example of group counseling is the counseling for alcoholics. Community counselors work in communities only and do not work with various age groups. Four, school counselors have nothing to do with curriculum development. Five, eclectic approach in counseling is the blending of different ideas that appeal to the counselor for use. We all experience periods of sadness, worry, and stress. All of us go through difficult times in our lives. When we experience struggles in life, we tend to seek out the support of somebody like the counselors who can give us pieces of advice. Seeking out counselors' help doesn't mean that we are weak. Instead, this proves that we have the courage to willingly examine ourselves. The purpose of counseling is to assist others to gain greater insight into their lives, hoping to find answers to their questions in life. This process requires a skillful counselor to build a helping relationship with clients. The big questions are, who are the clients that need counseling? When and why do they need it? Clientele and audiences in counseling. The clientele and audiences of the counseling services come from different settings. Individuals, organizations, and communities or group of people with varying needs seek help from the counseling services. The needs vary for each type of clientele and audience of counseling. In the school context, guidance and counseling aims to address needs such as job hunting, coaching, conflict management, and many others. While in other settings, cases vary from marriage, counseling, drug addiction, and rehabilitation, as well as bereavement to cases of abuse and traumatic experiences, whether in group or individual. Those who avail counseling services are the clientele and audiences of counseling. Characteristics of individual clients of counseling. The clientele and audiences of counseling are individuals who need assistance. They may need help in realizing a change in behavior or attitude, or simply seeking directions to achieve a certain goal in life. This growing number of clients arises due to mental health concerns from mild to severe cases. These helping processes can be beneficial to anyone who experiences stress, depression, anxiety, and other emotional turmoil. Individuals who are experiencing problems in their personal relationship, gender, sexuality issues, or any circumstances that matter to a person can be helped through counseling. These may include development of social skills, effective communication, spiritual direction, decision making, and career choices. So the group and organization as client of counseling. The list of problems that counselors deal with every day can go on and on. But through the years, special counseling has been given increasing attention by the counseling profession, by the counsel. All right. The list of problems that counselors deal with every day can go on and on, but through the years, special counseling populations have evolved. The special clientele in groups has been given increasing attention by the counseling profession to frequent occurrences. Groups exist in communities, organizations, students in schools, teachers, and departments in workplaces. Such an entity can undergo group counseling to meet counseling needs on that level. The needs can range from the desire to reduce or manage conflict to the goal of becoming more productive as a team by working together. Some of the group processes and procedures resemble those that are applied to individuals. However, some are incredibly unique to group and organizational contexts. The community as client of counseling. Conducting community counseling is essential in times of calamity or natural disasters and other events that cause stress people in the community. Experiencing traumatic events is something that requires collective action in reaching out through therapeutic activities. The community looks for assistance to combat post-traumatic events, and counseling empowers them to go on with their lives. They are also encouraged to release the danger of blocking their own capacity to move on from distress. So how do we conduct a survey? So your first activity is use a form of media application. Conduct a simple survey or interview among 5 young adults, ages 18 to 21, on problems they encounter during this year and how they cope with it. Using a survey protocol, get data on the following. You can use Google Forms. Um, age, get their gender, educational background, their optional, which includes religious affiliation and socioeconomic status. The third B, problems that they encountered, like stress, depression, anxiety, grief, and other emotional turmoil. Personal relationship issues with friends, family, and partner. Sexuality concerns and forms of abuse like using illegal drugs, alcohol, tobacco, sexual, verbal, and different forms of games, including virtual or computer-related and gambling. At the end of the survey, include other problems encountered by them that require counseling and why do they need it. Let's profiling our clients. First, using the results survey, present it in graphical or tabulated form. Analyze the data and reflect on the following context. Number one, what common problems do young adults encounter during this pandemic? Choose a case that you think needs counseling and explain why it requires counseling. Number two, read related case about the problem and the corresponding coping mechanism applied on presented case. Number three, write your own reflective essay about this experience. That would be all. Thank you for listening and watching. Remember to submit your work in our Google Classroom, and if not, make sure also to prepare for our short quiz tomorrow. Every Friday, pasahan ng mga notebooks, and every Thursday, short quiz. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.